Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the interview series. This is my awesome friend Mondays, and I'm Sex Coach Lex. You can find me at Sex Coach Lex on all the social medias, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And I am here with the Traveling Cuddlist, Annie Hopson. Annie, please tell them about where people can find you.
Yeah, I'm Annie Hopson, and you can find me at cuddlist.com/Annie Hopson.
Great. Do you want to spell your last name for me then?
Yes,
In
it's
case, and your first name and last name.
Annie Annie Hopson Hopson.
Great. So Annie, what do you do?
Well, I have been a massage therapist and cuddlist for a very long time in the Maryland, D.C. area, and now I've released my home there.
Wow.
And I'm out traveling. I've just begun this project. I recently returned from Hawaii, and I now am here in Oregon and going up and down the West Coast, going to the East Coast later. I think this is a 2-year project. So I'm looking for places to be. I'm a professional cuddlist and a Cuddle Party facilitator, and I teach classes. I teach and facilitate classes about people who want to be better communicators and have better interaction with each other in their relationships.
That's beautiful. So what got you into this?
What got me into it was, well, I was always clumsy and not wanting to know how to interact with people. And as I learned, well, when I was feeling clumsy and awkward, I felt like other people had everything together. And I find out that that's not actually true. When I'm feeling clumsy and awkward, everybody else who's feeling clumsy and awkward. So I just get into that and help other people to feel more comfortable, and I feel more comfortable, and we all get to have a better time together.
I think as Rizu would say, embrace the awkward.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. So you most of your work is revolving around cuddling of various nature, whether it's through facilitating cuddle parties for other people or where you're cuddling one-on-one with people. Can you tell us like one of your favorite stories where like your client came to you and like one way and they left a completely different person? Those are my favorite stories.
Oh, okay.
So where did they come from? Like, what were they feeling? That kind of stuff.
Well, cuddling is the process, and the really action is, or the purpose for doing this process is to have to land in your body, so that I want my clients to be fully in their body and not just in their heads. I lived in the Washington, D.C. area where there's the highest concentration of PhDs in the world.
Whoa.
And people act as though their whole body is just to carry around their head.
I am a living book stand.
Yes, yeah. But there's a lot of wisdom in the body body itself, and so helping people to feel into their bodies and feel their emotions as they come through. So you wanted one specific? I'll give you
journey.
Yeah. Well, there is privacy issues, so I'll give you a scenario that's that puts together a couple people's stories.
Okay, that works.
Yeah, there's a set of people who have had illness, and there needed to be a higher level of caretaking. And what I learned is the caretakers need caretaking. Caretakers, people who are caretakers need to have their needs met too, so that they are not serving from a parched cup. Yeah. And then what happens is
that metaphor.
Yeah, trying to pour out from a parched cup. Uh, I've been there. So, the 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 person who had been ill then is receiving from a parched cup,
Mhm.
and then they can't heal properly. So there's that whole dynamic of um, learning to receive, and that's it. I give to people so that they help learn to receive.
That's really beautiful.
Yeah, when people learn to receive, then it's like the difference between the sponge that's been all dried out and you
Mhm.
pour water on it, it
Mhm.
just flows right off, versus a sponge that has received open and then squeezed out
Mhm.
and becomes super absorbent and ready to squeeze out.
Can you describe sort of the way these people looked when they left after these cuddle sessions, or maybe even feedback if you've gotten some from them afterwards?
Oh, yeah. Well, people arrive. So I'll point this. People arrive like, okay, you're gonna touch me now. Okay, we'll do this.
What is this?
What should I? What do we do now? Okay, you touch me. Okay, um, okay,
Where you can touch me? Oh, that's not so bad. Okay.
yeah, yeah. And then they come back and at the end they're like, oh, yeah, wow. I this is and the result of that difference. Did
Yeah.
you get did that go over?
Yeah,
You
well,
caught
I
that?
know it very well.
You know it like
It's that you're just like jelly afterwards. You know, it's like when you get to that state when you can really let go, it's just like a total body reset, and your body is just like weightless almost, and at the same time almost like sunk in to the earth. You're both connected and weightless at the same time. It's some great woo woo stuff if you're into that.
and it's great science stuff if you're into that.
Yes.
It's oxytocin and dopamine. It's the pleasure hormone and the connection hormone
Mm.
put together like
Yeah.
that. And it and together it helps heal um, the body's flight or flight response. So
Mm.
we're here like, okay, what do I have to do next? What do I have to do next? I like, oh, okay, I can calm down now. So we get back from fight, flight, freeze
Mm.
to rest and repair and relax.
Oh.
So relaxation is a big thing. When we're too much when we have too much cortisol
Mm-hmm.
in our body system, then we're not physically able to relax. And we want to relax and say, and I don't know if you've seen this happen with any of your clients where they're like saying, "Okay, I'm relaxed now,
Yeah.
and I'm relaxed."
uh, yeah, sure you are.
And and really, it is. They
Yeah,
just don't know how much more there is.
yeah, yeah.
Like this is the most relaxed I've ever been.
That's scary.
And I've
Yeah, I
had
know.
people like
Yeah.
that, and it's important. I remind myself to not judge that
Mm-hmm.
because why would they lie to me?
Yeah.
Why would anyone lie to me like that about a thing like that?
Yeah.
People lie to me all the time, but why would they lie about a thing like that?
Yeah. Some people really just don't even know how to relax, or they think they do, but there's just so many more layers to it.
Right, right, and that's and and our society teaches relaxation in the form of outside substances.
Yeah, that's one thing.
So they,
Yeah.
so I've, while I'm in Hawaii, there's a lot of ganja. So people think they relax and they're really just checking out,
That's
and
true.
they're not embodied necessarily.
And sometimes that shortcut is okay,
Yeah,
but the best, of course, is to learn to get there on your own.
it's fine. I'm not judging that at
Yeah,
all,
not at
but
all.
it's not the optimal long-term solution.
Yeah, that's a great way of explaining it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, so, um, let's talk a little bit more about what you've got coming up, which is this whole traveling that you're getting ready to embark on.
Yeah,
So,
I've been going. I have scheduled a couple camps to go to. So
okay.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
So here I am at Sex Geek Summer Camp.
Yes.
Yes, and we're together with that. Yeah, we're branded here. I'm not branded, and
She's branded as I just got back from Hawaii.
totally. Yeah, it's like the I got. Yeah, right. And then I'm staying here for the Oregon Tantra Festival. So
Okay.
there are people here who are coming to learn to become more embodied and connected in a way, and I'm very happy to see them. Um, Later on, I'm going to the West Coast New Culture Summer Camp. Later
So much
on in
camp
the month.
this summer.
Lots of camp this summer. Oh my gosh. Well, I just I've finished raising kids. They had left, and so I deconstructed my house, and I'm enjoying myself. So this is
Awesome.
my part where this is for me. And as I'm going along, I'm learning about how to take that cuddling skills, because I had a great place. It had a massage room. I had a dedicated massage room in my house and a dedicated cuddle room.
That's awesome.
So I have the
That's
cuddling.
probably more rooms than most New Yorkers can afford.
Than each of the kids, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I relegated the children to the basement apartment.
Repurposed. You're 18 now. Get out. No, okay.
Absolutely. That's kind of how it happened.
Oh man. Okay. But going forward, my understanding is you're trying to schedule a countrywide tour.
Right. So I'm cooling my jets a little bit, and I'm going around the country. I'm picking up my car again. I'm here on the West Coast, traveling by plane with everything I own. So I need to do all of this releasing from everything I own because I want it to fit. I'm too cheap to pay for the extra luggage.
Oh yeah, I hear that.
Yeah.
So you're really minimalizing.
I'm really minimalizing. I'm going to, in the middle of July, I'm going to get my car again, and then start driving. And I have people who are calling me up or contacting me from my site, and as people group together, then I will come out there because I'm just traveling, and as people as people get together, I get clusters of clients, and I get clusters of community who want to have some of the community building things that skills that I have. People can also reach me online. You can talk to me online. It's like online cuddling. That's weird, but it works. Strangely, it does.
This is the first time hearing of this. This is next level.
Next level. Yes. Right. Because helping to teaching the skills of how do you find somebody who wants to cuddle with you? How do you interact? What can you do to make the kind of community where you can negotiate friends who will just help to just calm down the nervous system.
Yeah. And there's so much stigma around touch, so much pushing it directly into the sexual realm that some people only get touch from that space, so they feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Talking about this concept of cuddling, where it can be really amazing by itself, outside of any sexual content. So.
In fact, that's another subset of people who who will come to see me as a cuddlist. People who travel. So I I travel and connect with people who travel. That's kind of fun. But people who, when you have two people who have are in a relationship, and they have a different level of touch needs.
Yes.
Then the person wants to have more touch in their lives and does without being a burden to their partner, and also not cheating on their partner on their things. So they can come to a cuddlist who is professional uh, at keeping those boundaries. Yeah, and willing to talk about if there's arousal happening, then we're not comfortable. We don't have that eek about it.
Yeah.
And we're willing to say, yeah, that's the thing that happens, but we're not going to follow that now. Yeah.
Yeah. So, a little story about myself.
Okay.
At my first cuddle party was 2 years ago here at Sex Geek Summer Camp, and that was the first time I experienced that kind of thing where I was just like, I went to a cuddle party, I cuddled with a few people, there was 1 or 2 points where I got super aroused, and I just had to sit with it. And that was just a life-altering experience. The fact that you can just be in this state and not have to do anything about it.
What was that like for you?
It blew my mind. There's really no other way to describe it. But it totally shifted everything for me because, like, now I could just, it was just a new level of sort of intimacy that I could have, whether it's with lovers or with friends, and a new appreciation for touch that I didn't have before. And it's you really don't understand how much you're missing until you start exploring that.
Yeah. And that energy, well, all the woo-woo people talk about how that sexual create energy is procreative.
Yeah.
So rather than relieving it, and they can take that and to use that energy to make something that's different in your life.
Yeah. So one more question. What one thing have you done in the last year that has had a huge impact on your life, personally or professionally?
Ha.
Doesn't
the biggest thing, I'm so excited about that. Yeah.
Okay.
I've said yes. I've taken the practice of saying yes to unusual things that I wouldn't normally do.
So it's like almost like yes man, but I'm sure you can still say no.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So what I did was I ended up unexpectedly in Mallorca, Spain. It's an island off of Spain and I signed up for 3 weeks of feelings work. Using and that's something that I've been working with, and I became conscious. For the first time in my life, I've developed a conscious relationship with fear. So right. I like that. So right, I have people who I feel afraid all the time, and I'm like, no, I don't feel afraid all the time. I don't have that. I feel anger. I have a good healthy relationship with anger. I have a very good with joy. I'm like typically more joyful than a lot of people can handle. So I learned to rein that in, and sadness. But fear, I have no. If people say, "What does joy feel like?" I go like, "Yeah, I can call it." Like sadness. Like I can remember the feeling and then bring my body into that state. And fear, nothing. And now I can do that. And what I realized was I had no conscious relationship with fear, and fear ran me. And now I am actually stepping out to some really scary stuff, and fear is right there with me. I'm using oh my god, the left right thing is confusing me. Fear is right there with me, in the passenger seat, navigating, but is not steering. So I'm learning
Awesome.
from it. Yeah.
That's really beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that.
And so the feelings work is really big for me. And that's what makes me different from all the cuddlers, actually. Almost all the cuddlers, because I do conscious feeling work.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love it. So, thank you once again for joining me, Annie.
Yeah.
One more time for everybody, where can they find you on the internet?
Yeah, you can find me on anniehopson.com and also Anticipation. I have Anticipation. That's ANN Anticipation, ANNTICIPATION.com. And also cuddlist.com/Annie Hopson.
Awesome. And I am Sex Coach Lex at Sex Coach Lex on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And I also have sexcoachlex.com, where you can find my blog, the Bad Sex Advice blog, where I take user-submitted bad sex advice, say why it's bad, and what you can do instead. So if you like this video, you want to hear about all the other amazing coaches, educators, therapists, etc., that I'll be interviewing, please like and subscribe. Until next time.